Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg in a special series dedicated to Fire Prevention Week. Teamed up with Fitchburg Fire Department, and my friend Mark Malekish, right to my right here, is giving us everything we need to know from fire safety to the open house to, again, props on the table. You're going to have to stay tuned and find out what happened. Nevertheless, the open house happens during Fire Prevention Week, or our open house will be happening during Fire Prevention Week. Last year, it kind of worked out. You pseudo teamed up with Oak Bank's Great Pumpkin Giveaway being across the street. We're doing that again this year, which I think is just incredible because it gets more people involved. It's easy for you to come on over. So Saturday, October 4th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Fire Station Number 2, we are opening the doors to our firehouse. So exciting.
It is. And just to touch on the working with Oak Bank last year for the event, it was amazing. They were all too happy to share their crowd with us, and we were all too happy to share our crowd with them. We did a couple of things to make it much easier to do, like close off the street between, right? Because they're literally across the street from us on Marketplace Drive. So close off the street, so that gave us a little extra room to bring in apparatus and do all those things. And the crowd was fantastic last year. We're really, really hoping for a repeat this year.
Let's, it's going to be great, because I can tell you, I brought my kids last year. They were pumped. Like they took care of their pumpkin situation, but on the corner of their eye, they're looking, they see the ladder truck, they see the garage, oh my gosh, it just makes the best day ever. But why is it so important to open up the firehouse in general for folks, whether it's Fire Prevention Week or not, just opening up the doors and letting people in? Yeah,
so we serve our public. We serve the residents of Fitchburg and beyond, the travelers that come through Fitchburg. Why not allow them into the building to take a look at the things that we do, give us a chance to talk to them and teach them, and give them a chance to ask questions about whatever it is that they want to ask. There is no such thing as a dumb question. The kids are there, they love the flashing lights and the plastic helmets and all of that stuff, but the parents, every one of those parents out there has a question that they've always wanted to ask. They just never had the chance.
I can contest there is no dumb question, because I've asked them all to the fire department, so we'll just leave it at that. The secondary is showing off the different pieces of apparatus is awesome, and I think it's true, like knowing the resources that the taxpayers have invested in, I think is really important too. Like, you get to see it up close, and you guys want to show off those items because they are essential tools to getting the job done, not just your gear as well, all of these things.
Yeah, so we can't do the job without tools. All of the equipment that we put on the trucks, our gear, all the things that you've talked about, the way we set up our stations for the most efficient response possible. Why do we have some of the trucks that we have? We love what we do, and it's a chance for us to tell anybody who asks, why do you have this? Well, let me talk about that.
That's the best part, right? Again, any of the staff there that are on hand are wanting to tell you, like, let me tell you how I use this in the situation. Let me tell you. And we've gotten some grant funding stuff, to get some great equipment in for different things. The whole rescue side, we've got our tech rescue group. There's just so many interesting components that you might not ever know if you don't step foot in there and see what's going on.
Yeah, and speaking of that, we're gonna have some tech rescue demos this go around. So,
they had some last year. It was pretty cool.
This will be a little more formal, and it should be a little bit better.
We've
got our ropes guy working hard.
I've got some goosebumps right there, thinking this is going to be great. Other factors there, again, there is a sense of fire prevention too, so there'll be some stations set up to talk fire prevention. But again, another great opportunity. I'm thinking back to a comment you said last year of, the kids really pick up on this stuff and really learn. They might teach your adults a little bit something too during this, right? Like, you may think that this is a kid event, but it's for every kid.
Yeah, absolutely. Adults kind of get their inner child out, and we see it all the time. They want to sit in the front seat of the fire truck just as much as their kids do. Well, let's do it. Let's put them in the front seat, right? Let's teach them everything they want to know. And hopefully they'll come back and ask more questions later on. But to your point, fire prevention is at the heart of it. And what we really have learned over the years is the kids are listening, right? When we go out and do school tours or preschool tours or have people come into the station, those kids are taking everything that the firefighters say to heart because they're firefighters. And I can give at least one example where what the kids have learned has translated into them saving their house as a result of a fire. And they learned it from firefighters. So the other part of it is we're parents. We know everything. Everything there is to know, we know, right, as far as our kids are concerned. But we have forgotten a lot of things that our kids are still learning, and our kids love to teach us those things, and they'll do it in a heartbeat.
They will, and getting to them young is so important, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's first just establishing who are these guys, and if they see you in your gear, especially if, like, the air mask is on,
Right.
And just understanding, like, if this person shows up at my doorstep, like, something bad is maybe going on, but not to be intimidated. Also, there's a recruiting side to this as well, right? This is where you become, like, fascinated. So, some kids are going to become fascinated, like, I'm going to be a firefighter someday.
So quick personal story. I worked with a guy at one of my other fire departments I worked at, and he would come. He grew up down the street from the fire station number 1 that I worked at, and he was there. We knew him by name. He was always there, and ultimately he got a job at that fire department, has moved on to Madison Fire Department. He's a fantastic firefighter now. But yeah, in terms of being a recruiting tool, if we can hook them, we're going to, because we need them. We need the help.
Hook, line, and ladder. Maybe there's something like that, like something right in that front. Just saying.
I smell a T-shirt.
That's right. Coined it right here. All right, so just other fun things happening this day. Fitchburg EMS certainly is part of this event. They'll be out there. Police department usually gets out there as well, which you guys are close partners with. And then just the activities. You got some photo opportunities, of course. Kids obstacle course back this year, which is really popular, I gotta say. Again, just a great day to come out and explore the different aspects of the department as a whole. It's pretty cool.
Yep, absolutely. We'll have all of those things. The obstacle course, I have to give a shout out to one of our she's now a second-year intern. She's the one that created that obstacle course, and she worked her butt off at it. And it was an absolute smash hit.
100%. My kids still talk about that. Like, are we going back this year? And I'm like, I hope. But
so that, of course, is coming back long and strong.
Fantastic. All right, Mark, again, that event coming up on Saturday, October 4th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Fire Station number 2. That's located at 2931 Marketplace Drive. Note that the road closed there because of the 2 events, but there's plenty of parking. Rest assured, plenty of parking, and it's going to be a great day. I know it is.
Absolutely. While you're there, we'd really appreciate it if you'd go visit our friends over at Oak Bank. They put on a fantastic event, so make sure that you include enough time when you come by to stop over at Oak Bank and grab a pumpkin and see all the things they have.
Yeah, you could set your pumpkin down when you come over to the fire department, just saying.
Yeah.
All right, Mark, thank you so much. Appreciate the time.
You bet. Thank you.